They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Washington football team. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Fields on first down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Working with a 2nd and 3. First carry now for David Montgomery.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One play action, Fields. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Fields. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on 4th down. They'll score that a 30. Six-yard punt, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and he goes out right around the 39.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Love. He'll get that complete to Alberto.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And some room to roam now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, The open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now it's Fields. Buying time to his left. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
Check 26, check 26. Deuce.
From the gun, here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Fields. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. Room here to run. Touchdown, Chicago. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll run with Hubbard. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, He is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat, in every meeting with reporters. This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's Hubbard. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. To throw now. Here's Love. That's complete. Okule-Buna. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Love now. Dancing to his left. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing again on second down. Love. It's complete to Brown, right side. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Bears in good field position to start out first and 10 at the 40. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Running left, Montgomery. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Play action this time with Love. Oh, Brown, a nice catch. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Love, they go play action now. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play, but you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here we go.
To throw again on second down.
Fields. Open man is Komet, the tight end.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. He's got a man. Complete. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Now Fields.
Steps away to his left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
138 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play fake. Here's Love. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
On first down, Hubbard, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Love to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing, Love. This is caught. Touchdown. De'Ami Brown with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And Washington has retaken the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
McCann's got it teed up.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Fields now to throw.
Man open is Robinson.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off.
He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st down, Hubbard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Being chased out left. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
Touchdown, Washington. Albert Okuebuna.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. McCann for the point after.
that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes this Washington 28, Bears 17. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a give running left with Montgomery.
Ambry Thomas up to make the play defensively.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd down and 7. Here's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
To throw is Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan.
And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. He's going deep for Brown.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Love. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 28.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, Love.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you didn't mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 2nd and 10, Fields.
That's complete to Mooney.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Fields.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
51, Mike 51. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Mike 51, Mike 51.
Fields on 1st down. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer. Banjo. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. I got you. Go. Mike 51.
Here's Fields.
And his throw is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Check safety.
To the air again, Fields.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Thomas.
And a very good return as he takes this all the way up to the 35-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
He's still barreling through. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Chuba Hubbard
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
McCann's got it teed up.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That's complete. Okuegbunam.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Play action this time with Love. And that is incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Love, they go play action now. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Boy, 224 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down, and he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Love.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Fields throwing again.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. On 1st down, Hubbard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout As they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Now, whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Love. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 18. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
And they ain't got a chance, they ain't got a chance.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about them.